Hello, hello. Welcome to this week's Profit Maximizing Moment. This show is dedicated to helping business owners dramatically improve their bottom line with our weekly profit maximizing tips that you can use now. I'm your host and coach, Wayne Belisle. I'm also the founder of a local CPA firm that works with business owners to help them make more money, keep more of it from the IRS, and simplify their life. I do that with our profit coaching programs and our tax planning systems that have saved our clients over $7.5 million, all legally, like I say. That's in the last 6 years, by the way. All legally. Like I say every week, love my clients, but don't wish to share a jail cell with them. Thank you very much. Anyways, in today's video, we're going to learn what is a SWOT analysis, why it's important, especially in times like now where we're heading into challenging times, and how it can really make a huge difference in the future of your business. And, the strategy that we talked about over the last couple of weeks. What's the strategy? What's profit maximizing? The whole thing. But first, support for today's show comes from Profit Maximizing Publisher, which published my book, The 90-Day Profit Reset, which shows you how to gain your independence from reduced cash flow, shrinking margins, and an evaporating customer base. In this book, you will find chapter after chapter, idea after idea about how you can turn around your business, reset your profits from red to black in 90 days or future. Even entrepreneurs who are making money will benefit from my book by learning how to make more. And to be honest, I designed this book to be something that you looked at every year, that you sat down and made sure you did the basics. Okay. When things are going well, like when the economy is doing fantastic, you can be a little, you shouldn't, but you can. You can leave some money on the table. You can, pay more than you should, not bring, not worry too much about having inefficiencies and not necessarily the right employees. When things are going bad, though, that's when you need to lock down and do things. That's really why I put this book out last year before, whenever the heck it was. For the last 2 years have gone together in my mind. So how can you use a SWOT analysis to massively increase profits? And what is a SWOT analysis? Okay. And so, what are we even wasting our time for? Okay. It's a vital tool for doing both making sure your strategy is online, but also making sure as part of your annual profit enhancement plan. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So it's a time to actually look externally and internally. So you have a couple of internal things, which are strengths and weaknesses. So what is your company's strengths? What are your company weaknesses? And then you have a couple of external things. What opportunities are out there and what's threatened there? So but during the last economic downturn, and I expect to see this again, as we head towards higher gas prices, higher inflation, supply chain problems, possible recession, higher interest rates. Okay. Many companies will in the past recessions, and I think we'll see it again, many companies were forced to cut staff and marketing in order to survive. They basically stopped taking risks and accepted the poor economy as the new normal. The problem with this is this leads to complacency, despair, and frustration. Performing a SWOT analysis is a great tool for breaking out of this funk. A SWOT analysis is usually in the form of a matrix, a square, okay, starting with strengths and weaknesses at the top, the internal part, and opportunities and threats at the bottom, which is the external part. For each heading, you and your staff need to brainstorm and write down every idea you can come up with. Now, if you don't really have a staff that's strong enough for that, you and your coach. If you don't have a coach, you need to call me. You should have a coach, okay? I have one. Right. Notice that strengths and weaknesses, like I said, are internal functions of your company, which you can control. Opportunities and threats are external items affecting you and your company, and you normally have little or no way to change them. You can't do anything if interest rates rise, unless you're sitting on the Fed board, which I'm not. None of my clients are, and I doubt you are. There's not much you can do. In the strength sections, write down those attributes of your organization that your customers, your staff, and you feel are helpful to achieving your goals and delivering your product or service. Ask some key questions, such as, what do we do well? What experience do we have? What do we offer that is better than what our competitors have? What services bring in the most money? What do our customers think our strengths are? Under weaknesses, write down things that are detrimental to your success. All right. For example, what areas would you improve? What resources do we not have? Where do we lose money? What products or services do our competitors offer that we don't? What do our competitors do better than us? It's time to be brutal, okay? In the opportunities section, you're looking for those things we can take advantage of that we're not taking advantage of now. For example, how do we do more with our existing clients? What other products or services can we offer? How can adopting, whatever, new technology helps us enhance our service, make us more efficient? Is there a new target niche or audience that we have the potential to reach? How can we turn our strengths into opportunities for improved profits? All right. What trends are out there that we can take advantage of? Is there an opportunity to team up with somebody? The threats is just as important, though. Again, the difference between long-term survival and failure is often seeing a threat coming and either turning it, doing some jujitsu and turning it into an opportunity, or just evading the threat. Okay. So what threats are common right now in your industry? What vulnerabilities do our weaknesses expose us to? What's going on in the economy? What obstacles can we anticipate? What new technology is out there and how can it help us or hinder us? Artificial intelligence, big thing, virtual reality. Any of those things, opportunities or threats, you're not going to change them. This may be one of the most important uses of a SWOT analysis. Most business owners are action inclined and look at any sort of planning as a waste of time. All right. I hear it. I've seen it. I understand. Big mistake. If you're old enough, if you're not, look it up. Think about Blockbuster for a few minutes. Back in its heyday, Blockbuster was leading the industry in home video entertainment. Unfortunately, they didn't do a SWOT. They didn't see the threat or the opportunity that the internet posed to their business model. This left an opening that Netflix easily exploited, building a highly successful business based first on delivery of movies to your home by mail and later by online streaming. Blockbuster also failed to see the threat that Redbox, for example, represented. Truthfully, with Blockbuster's capitalization and market share at that time, they should have been the leader in both areas. And they would have been able to basically keep Netflix and Redbox from ever getting off the ground. Instead, they're bankrupt, gone. I think there's one Blockbuster store somewhere in the United States. Moral of the story is do your annual SWOT analysis so your business doesn't become obsolete like Blockbuster. We've used it for a client of mine, BUK Medical. If you're in the El Paso, Dallas area, definitely. If you're a caregiver or know somebody who's a caregiver, they're your go-to source. But back in 2005, we sat down and did a SWOT analysis and looked at it and said, Medicare and Medicaid and insurance programs are squeezing our profits. We need to look at something else. So they went into the retail business. Many of their competitors didn't survive nationwide or are so squeezed that it's just not as good a business as it was. Their profit margins are down, but they're doing fine because their market, having put the retail store in place, and they were one of the biggest when they first did it, one of the biggest retail outlets per square footage anywhere in the U.S. So, they were ahead of their time, but that's because they did a SWOT analysis, saw it, and that's helped them now during times where things aren't where they should be. Moral of the story: better do your SWOT analysis. If nothing else, to make sure you're not going obsolete. Secondly, to make sure you're not missing opportunities that could make you the next Netflix or Redbox. See what you're doing. See what's going on. What's your strengths that you need to, take better advantage of? What's your weaknesses that you need to alleviate? One of our weaknesses when I did a SWOT analysis is we just didn't, we don't do bookkeeping well. I don't like it. It's hard to get the staff. El Paso, because of the threats of there's a lot of people that are willing to do it for cheap. So we got rid of it. But one of the opportunities, because of our strengths, was more and more business owners are looking for coaching. They don't care about a tax return. They don't want a financial statement. The tax return the government wants. The financial statement is because the bank won't give them a loan or keep their loan, or will call their loan if they don't do the financial. So it's a necessary evil. So we looked at it and said, what do business owners want? They want to make more money. They want to pay less taxes, and they want to simplify their life. Simple as that. So those three things. So we basically redid our business, and we're in the process of redoing our business to do that, those things, because we looked at a SWOT analysis and saw an opportunity out there. All right. Also, the threat that I see is artificial intelligence. So a lot of the stuff that we can do, machines are going to do. But it's hard for them to take over a spot where our experience working with the client, knowing the client, being able to actually sit down and help them grow their business with our experience. The machines are going to have a hard time doing it. I see it. I have a program that I kick out for each. Now I'm doing it this year. Again, an opportunity, and nobody else is doing this. We have a program that we do a financial statement analysis, and the machine kicks out some boilerplate ideas. But because they don't know the client, they're good, better than nothing. And we also can see trend analysis, and we can compare them to the industry. This is stuff that is great information for business owners that we're providing. So again, it fits better with our mold of what we're trying to do. All right. So again, why? Because we did a SWOT analysis. If you're not doing one or you don't know how to do one, first of all, you can research it and find out. But it's always good to have somebody else, basically work with you on it. So feel free to give me a call. I'll be happy to work with you on it. We set up a Zoom call, or we can do an in-person call and do a SWOT analysis and see where we're at. Hey, until next time, well, first of all, watch the video again. This is important more than people give it credit for it. I've seen some big changes come out of SWOT analysis, both for myself and for my clients. Okay. So until next time, watch the video, do your homework, get a coach if you don't have one, get working. Don't accept just because the rest of the country or the world is going to do it, go into a recession or worry about supply chains. Doesn't mean you need to. So until next time, this is Wayne Blau saying, let's make this our most profitable year ever. Thank you very much. Yep. And I forgot to hit